What if the scariest thing about zombies isn't the zombies themselves? Hollywood gave us rotting corpses and mindless hordes, but Korea's Undead, they're something else entirely. In 2016, Train to Busan shattered box office records, becoming South Korea's first zombie blockbuster and a global sensation. But it wasn't just another apocalypse story. It was an autopsy of modern life, a searing critique of societal corruption, class inequality, and government negligence. Over the next decade, K-zombies evolved into something deeper, a genre rich with historical trauma, neoliberal critique, and systemic failure. Unlike Hollywood's Undead, these creatures move with relentless speed, carrying layers of cultural depth, political urgency, and raw emotion. Let's dig into how K-zombies are rewriting the apocalypse and why Hollywood can't keep up. The zombie myth did not emerge from horror alone. It was born out of a fraught dance between hope and oppression. In 17th century Haiti, enslaved Africans told stories of the zombie, reanimated corpses stripped of free will by the mysterious arts of a bokor. Rooted in West African Vodou traditions, these narratives subtly expressed a yearning for personal agency amid the brutal realities of sugar plantation life. European colonizers, uneasy about any form of cultural resistance, twisted these accounts into tales of mindless, enslaved monsters animated by evil Vodou priests, thereby cementing the enduring zombie stereotype. This deliberate distortion served a dark purpose: to label African spirituality as primitive and dangerous, and to justify the continuation of colonial subjugation. By the 1930s, Hollywood had discovered zombies' commercial potential. Films like White Zombie, released in 1932, and I Walked with a Zombie from 1943 played on white audiences' racial anxieties, portraying zombies as a danger to civilized society. The racist subtext was hardly subtle. These films warned of cultural contamination and the supposed dangers of Caribbean immigration. This commodification reached its peak with George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead, released in 1968. Though revolutionary in its casting of a black lead and its critique of American racism, its success spawned decades of imitators who stripped zombies of their political teeth. The Walking Dead became box office fodder, their colonial origins forgotten. As Hollywood zombies shambled toward irrelevance, a new force stirred in the East. The Korean film industry's relationship with zombies began not with acceptance, but with rejection. In the 1980s, when Monstrous Corps attempted to replicate Western undead tropes, audiences dismissed it as derivative, a pale imitation of Hollywood's formula. This failure, however, contained the seeds of revolution. Korean filmmakers realized that true horror lay not in borrowed monsters, but in excavated trauma. The 1980 Gwangju Uprising, where government forces massacred pro-democracy protesters, had created a generation haunted by state violence. The 1997 Asian financial crisis had exposed the fragility of economic security. These collective wounds demanded new metaphors, new monsters. The 2014 Seoul ferry disaster marked a turning point in Korean consciousness. As 250 students drowned while authorities dithered, South Korea confronted a horrifying truth: their society's hierarchical structure had become literal dead weight. The incident exposed how power structures prioritize face-saving over life-saving, how corporate greed had corroded public safety. This tragedy provided the emotional blueprint for Train to Busan. Director Yeon Sang-ho recognized that zombies could embody not just infection but institutional failure. His Undead moved with the inexorable force of ignored injustice, their hunger reflecting a system that devoured its young. The film, setting a high-speed train divided by class, became a perfect metaphor for Korean society. Everyone moving forward together, yet brutally separated by invisible barriers. From this foundation rose Kingdom, emerging not as mere period drama but as historical excavation. Set in Korea's Joseon era, the series used zombie outbreak to dissect class warfare. The infection spread through a resurrection plant, medicine reserved for nobles but tested on starving peasants. This parallel to modern pharmaceutical exploitation revealed how power structures recycled old oppression through new means. In the series, zombies attack only at night during the warm seasons, avoiding the heat, but become relentless, hunting day and night in colder periods. This behavior serves as a powerful metaphor. Their aversion to warmth mirrors society's fear of exposure, while their relentless presence in the cold reflects how deeply rooted grievances resurface when the warmth of stability fades. The Walking Dead embody Han, Korea's concept of unresolved historical trauma, a cultural wound that refuses to rest, passed down through generations. Building on Kingdom's metaphorical framework, All of Us Are Dead situated its zombie outbreak in a high school, transcending mere genre convention to expose modern Korea's pressure points. The series recognized schools as microcosms of societal pressure. Its teenage protagonists face not just infection but systemic violence, bullying endorsed by silence, competition normalized by culture. The Jonas virus, engineered by a grieving father to protect his bullied son, mutated through trauma. Some students became half-beasts, hybrid creatures neither fully human nor zombie. This evolution metaphorically captured how younger generations adapted to survive Korea's punishing social demands, suggesting that perhaps the next generation would be neither fully complicit nor fully rebellious. American producers approached Korean zombie success not with understanding but with appetite. They saw the genre's commercial potential but missed its cultural DNA. The Walking Dead franchise expanded into global markets while retaining distinctly American individualist themes. World War Z borrowed Korean zombies' speed but neglected their social commentary. Yet this cultural exchange produced unexpected mutations. The Last of Us, released in 2023, aimed to create a deeper emotional connection, exploring how societal relationships endure under the pressure of an apocalypse. Black Summer experimented with community-focused narratives. These adaptations, though imperfect, suggested Hollywood's slow recognition that modern horror required more than mere shock. It needed relevance. Korean zombie media continues to evolve, crafting a neo-necro world unlike anything we've seen before. The series Newtopia intertwines a romantic narrative with a zombie apocalypse, exploring the challenges of modern relationships amidst societal collapse. Similarly, Happiness portrays residents of a quarantine apartment complex during a viral outbreak, shedding light on human nature and societal tensions under duress. Zombieverse New Blood offers a unique blend of reality and fiction, featuring celebrities navigating a simulated zombie-infested Seoul, thereby critiquing the intersection of entertainment and survival instincts. Each of these contemporary works maintains the genre's revolutionary essence, highlighting that true horror stems not from the supernatural, but from society's complicity in sustaining destructive systems. Today's zombies serve as metaphors, compelling us to confront the ways we contribute to social decay. The power of Korean zombie narratives lies not in their novelty, but in their necessity. They have transformed horror from escape to confrontation, from entertainment to enlightenment. The revolution continues not because it is profitable, but because it is essential. In an age of increasing inequality, environmental collapse, and technological alienation, Korean zombies offer what we need most: a mirror that shows not just what we are, but what we might become. The greatest horror, perhaps, is not that the apocalypse is coming. It's that it's already here, wearing a suit and tie, sitting in a corner office, calculating the cost of human life against quarterly profits. Korean zombies don't just entertain us, they warn us. And the question is, are we ready to listen to the dead?